Good morning, YouTube. So I've got a different video for you today. It's not going to be an unboxing video for some shoes. I have those reviews coming up like I've promised, but today we're going to do a quick video over the Stanley Perfect Brew Pour Over. Now, I've used this before. I've already had a cup of coffee this morning. I just finished a 2.5 mile run, a ruck, and a go ruck workout. And of course, it was time for some protein, oatmeal, and some coffee. So I've already had a cup of coffee. But I've been so impressed with this that I wanted to go ahead and do a review over it. Now, I bought two of these last year, about just over a year ago. I bought a black one, and I bought the limited edition Arctic because, you know, you got to have more than one. But I'm very impressed with this coffee. I've always been a brew coffee man, and then one day someone said, hey, why don't you try French press? I'm like, French press what? So I bought a French press, and I like French press coffee, and then somebody said, you know, pour over is really good as well. So I decided to try a pour over, and I bought the Stanley set. It's been really, really well for me. So let's go ahead and, well, we'll just pour some coffee in here. I don't measure because I like strong coffee. I like a lot of caffeine. I run on caffeine and hate. Just put it in there just like that. And it comes, I bought the set that comes with the cup. And of course it comes with a lid for the cup as well. Usually don't use a lid. But you've got fill marks in here. I don't know if you can tell, we've got some fill marks right here on the inside of this. I'll flip it around, see it right there, some fill marks. And you've also got them here on the back. And pour some boiling water here on top of this. Like I say, I don't measure, I just kind of pour it over. Usually get it pretty close. I haven't had it overflow yet. But it's just that simple. And then you sit and you wait. Now, I like flavorful coffee. I wouldn't consider myself a coffee snob. I just like coffee, and I like coffee that's not burnt. I don't like burnt tasting coffee, although you drink what you got. If you're out in the field in the military, you know, you drink whatever coffee you got out there. We used to take the instant coffee packs and just dump it in our mouth with some water and just go on like that. But I like coffee. All that to say is I like coffee. But this gives it more of a rich flavor. If you care about rich flavor coffee, most people just want to drink coffee, right? So it is what it is. But as you can see, you've got, it just comes out the bottom right there and gives you a pretty good coffee. Now, funny story, I bought this MSR reactor. I mean, you see that right here. I bought this thing like 2014 after I got out of the military. And today's the first time that I've ever used it. I like gear. I buy a lot of gear. I use a lot of gear. But first time I ever used it because it doesn't have any pot supports. The only pot you can use with this is this pot. So when I'm out backpacking or camping or you know, doing some kind of bushcraft or something, I take a different stove with me because, you know, I've got a skillet and other stoves or other pans that I take with me. And just never found the use to use this until this morning. I wanted to boil some water really quick. And you know, this thing boils water really, really fast, which really amazes me, having it for, well, almost, what, 10 years now, and only using it now for the first time, which is, you know, that's when my wife gets mad. You buy so much gear, you don't even use half of it. Well, I do use half of it, just not, you know, the other half. But it doesn't take that long for the coffee to come on through here. I know I'm rambling a little bit, but you gotta have filler talk when you're waiting for your coffee to brew, correct? Correct. So it's pretty simple, just like that. And you just wait for the water to come down through. And it takes a little bit. I haven't timed it, but if you're on the fence over buying some kind of pour over type coffee device, mechanism, piece of kit, this is a really great piece of kit to buy. I think I got this one at Lowe's. I think I paid like $25, $22, something like that for it. I bought two of them at once because I like to have multiples, you know. Two is one, one is none. And seeing as I misplaced my other one, it's black. I had to pull out the new one today and had to use it, but that's fine because now the wife can't say that I don't use all my gear because now I'm using both, right? Right. So anyway, it's a really great piece of kit. It's sturdy. It's Stanley. You know, Stanley's known for their quality. I've got all kinds of Stanley gear. I've got Stanley growlers, Stanley pint cups, Stanley cook kits. I've got 2 or 3 of the different cook kits. I use Stanley quite a bit. It's not quite my favorite, but I'm a pretty big fan of Stanley, so I have a lot of different Stanley pieces of kit. This is a little bit heavier if you're going to throw it in your pack. You're trying to keep your pack light, but if you don't really care about weight and you just want some good coffee, then this is a great piece of kit to have around. Otherwise, it's good to put in the house or the camper or in your truck to use on a job site. I've used my black one on many different job sites. I do construction work for myself, a little bit of handyman work here and there. And, excuse me. It works really good on the job site because I can boil the water and pour it over and come back and, 5 or 10 minutes later and I've got hot coffee. And it stays hot pretty well, especially if you use a lid. But like I say, I don't usually use lids because I drink the coffee pretty fast, so I'm not worried about it staying hot for very long. And you make 1 cup at a time. Some people say it's a waste to make 1 cup at a time, but I like 1 cup at a time because you know how you get when you're busy, you're on a job site, you're measuring, you're cutting, you're framing up a wall, building a pantry or something, and you have a nice big cup of coffee and you sit it down and you get busy doing something, and then you forget it. 30 minutes later you come back, it's lukewarm, and it's like, I'm gonna finish it because I bought it. I paid $3 for this stupid cup of coffee, so I'm gonna finish it. But at least this way you 1 cup of coffee at a time, and you have fresh coffee throughout the day. So hey, if you're looking for a good piece of kit, I recommend this Stanley Perfect Brew pour over. It's a great piece of kit. I've already dropped this one this morning and nothing happened to it. My black one, I dropped it. I've dropped wood on it and hasn't broken yet or anything. So let me dump this out right quick and I'll show you some of the components. There we go. So it's pretty easy to clean. You're going to take this out. You got a hole there, comes straight through, and this comes off as well. Slides off just like that. See? It slides in and off. You can, I wouldn't put it in the dishwasher, but it's pretty easy to hand wash if you wanted to hand wash it. It goes together just like that. And pretty simple, pretty easy. So, like I said, if you're looking for a good piece of kit, you don't mind a little bit of extra weight, I highly recommend the Stanley Perfect Brew pour over. Gives a great cup of coffee. Great coffee. And if you're curious what coffee I'm using, I'm going to get this totally wrong. Chibo Roastmeister. It's a German coffee I picked up here at a local store. It's already ground. I usually buy bean coffee and grind it myself, but this coffee is pretty good. This is like my 3rd or 4th bag of it. I bought, several at one time, so I have it. But it's great coffee. So that is my review over the Stanley Perfect Brew pour over. If you have any questions, comments, leave them in the comment section. Please try to grow my channel a little bit, so like and subscribe. Invite your friends to watch the video, and I'm going to get that video out to you over the Victos Overbeach shoe. I'm telling you right now, amazing shoe. If you're thinking about getting a good pair of shoes, all around shoes, it's a great pair of shoes to have. So hey, we'll catch y'all next time.